It's a weekend of big games, actually. We've got two big games on the block. And first off, it's Manchester United versus Tottenham Hotspur. I mean, it's left to you to decide what counts as a big game these days. But of course, when you have a fixture like this in the Premier League calendar, we cannot help but just have to talk about this game specifically. And getting straight into the action, Victor, United versus Tottenham. Who are the favorites to win this game? I mean, the bookmakers have chosen their favorite, but what do you think about this game?
Honestly, it's probably the hardest question this match day. Who's the favorite between Man United and Spurs? Seriously. There's just so much chaos and craziness when it comes to both teams, not just in terms of results, but defensive play, attacking, injuries, especially Spurs, everything associated to these two. United, as you mentioned, they are the bookmakers' favorites, but on about 165 when playing at home, that just screams X2 to me. Draw or Spurs win.
Yeah, seems like anything can happen in that one. But anyways, Max, I'm sure you'll be happy to answer this question. Can Manchester United carry on their fairy tale run with a win over Spurs?
I mean, when you beat both City and Arsenal, you definitely expect to win at home against Spurs. That's been terrible throughout all season. The only time they've been shining was UCL games, but as I know, this is not an UCL game, right? So I'm pretty sure that United are heavily favorites here, which Victor is not agreeing on. And I definitely expect United to win at least by 2 here.
You're saying this isn't a UCL game. It's not gonna be a UCL game over the next decade either, as well.
Ouch.
Yeah,
Right.
because Spurs are not getting there.
Anyways, moving on, Victor. Will Tottenham winning this game, will it be considered an upset in any way?
Yeah, I suppose so. Just think about how many players Frank has in the treatment room. Richarlison is out, Solanke is a doubt, so the fun already begins at center forward. Then you've got Ben Davies and Pedro Porro, both fullbacks, out. Kulusevski, Madison, and Bergval, all injured, so barely any sort of creative spark in the middle. On the flank, Kudus, out. Center back, Van de Ven and Danso, both under question marks. So that's also on the skeleton crew. It seems insurmountable in terms of injuries. Like, who are you fielding? So, yes, of course, it would be an upset, but I don't think it would be as big of an upset as people might think because Michael Carrick might just be inexperienced enough to fail to take advantage of this. So, I think the biggest problems are for United in the dugout, for Spurs in the treatment room.
Interesting perspective. And back to you, Max. How will this fixture impact the title? Or sorry, the top four race? Intentional.
Yeah. I'll remember this word when Arsenal put on a title race this season. But I mean, obviously, when you're talking about Spurs, you're nowhere near top 4 and top 5 finish. So I'd say this is mostly referred to Man United. And I'd say, yeah, looking at the schedule, this is probably the toughest game United are going to have in like 4 or 5 weeks. So it will definitely be a must-win for United to keep their momentum and form for top 4 race. So I'd say this is definitely their game to lose, and I expect them not losing this, but if they do, it will be a tough time.
Interesting. And over to you, Victor. Who are the key players or what are the key tactical decisions that could decide this game?
I think Brian Mbumo will be targeting Radu Dragushin, and he's the weak link in that defense, a defense that's pretty weak anyway. Romero will play, even though he came off at the break, I think, against City, but Mbumo and Mateus Cunha should rather go after the Romanian centre back. He was at fault for both of City's goals and has just only returned from a torn ACL. At the other end, Xavi Simons will have to be marshaled well. United should make sure Diogo Dalot has support at all times when Simons starts running at him.
Fair point. And Max, your answer to that question too.
I'd say the fact that Dorgo got an injury would probably make Carrick to put Cunha in that place, and I kind of feel like it will be a bit tougher time in defense because Dorgo was doing great both defensive and attacking wise. So I'd say Cunha would be a decisive player if he somehow manages to take over the things that Dorgo was doing, then we're pretty much fine. But if he is not helping as much as Dorgo was at defense, then it could lead to at least one conceded goal from that area.
I'm still with you, Max. Your bold prediction or your score prediction for this game?
For the bold prediction, I'd say that Bruno gets a goal plus assist. in this game, and for the score, I say comfortable 3-1.
Victor, your answer to that one.
Polar opposite, as I said earlier, draw or Spurs win, and I think we're seeing at the very least 3 goals.
Interesting. My bold prediction here is that Spurs will score at least 2 goals. I said it against City, and I'm saying it again. Spurs will score at least 2 goals. I don't know how the game ends. Probably a draw for Spurs or something, but I think they would score at least 2 goals here. That's all I can see. And anyways, that's all we have for this big game. Manchester United versus Tottenham Hotspur at Old Trafford. Lots of implications, I mean, for Manchester United, obviously. But for Spurs fans, they can still actually, end Manchester United's fairy tale. And we're asking our viewers to join us in the conversation. How do you think this game will end? Will Tottenham cause an upset, or will Manchester United continue their fairy tale run? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section.